Welcome everybody, it's Unstoppable Steletsy here, and I am currently casting at least one game between Nathan and Codefender. Since we couldn't find a fourth person to do some Willera with, I said, why don't you practice for the Liga and I'll just watch? Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be on for content stuff today, so I just decided to do this as a recording. It'll be a bit more compact for people that like a bit of a smaller upload, so this should be pretty fun to watch. Right here we got Nathan as French, and we got Codefender as Austria, Hungary on the Wadmullo map. This is a pretty good map for spectating, since I literally don't spawn into the map at all, and I didn't even have to grab my crates and resign manually. Saved me a step there. So yeah, this should be a pretty good matchup. Austria-Hungary versus France. Two European culture civs. Overall, they're both very solid picks. I mean, there's not a lot that they can't do, you know? I would say personally, though, France has a bit of an earlier advantage in the fact that they have more unit options, right? They kind of have everything under the sun that Europe offers you, right? They got grenadiers, volunteers, partisans, line infantry, hussar. They can really go with anything. Whereas Austria-Hungary, they're a little bit more limited. You know, they got line infantry, grenadier, and hussar. That being said, Austria-Hungary gets a bit of an advantage because their cards in H2 and beyond give them free hussars. So technically, if they can leverage that bonus, they could get some extra hand cav that could help them maneuver in the early battles and possibly win. But we'll have to see, though. I mean, if it was me personally, I would say probably give it to France, but you never know how these matches turn out. Yeah, so here we are in the beginning stage of the match. Obviously, everyone starts with the canoe on Wadmullo. However, nobody's using it. Nobody's using the canoe. Why is that? Why does this happen a lot where people don't use the canoe on the map? It gives you extra food or gold, right? You can take this canoe and stick it on the fishy. You can put it on the whale and get some gold. I find myself often forgetting to do this too, and it makes me suffer, man. Especially if somebody else figures it out and I don't. Yeah, no, totally. Yep, now they're fishing. Now Nathan is, at least. Codefender is not, and that could potentially hurt him later on, because now Nathan's going to have some extra food in his back pocket that Codefender won't have until he starts going fishy. Yeah. Alright, let's look at the decks in the meantime. So this is Nathan's deck. This is a pretty hard 1v1 deck for Nathan. Has all the crates you could ask for in terms of wood and gold. The standard Sanscalate shipments there for age 1 and 2. Sanscalates are really just reskin Courier de Bois or CBDs, so they function the exact same way macro-wise. And let's see. Volunteers, these are just crossbowmen reskinned into rifle units. These are your muskets, and then these would be your hussars here. Yep. Down here, you got your Infinite Zouave shipment. This is a critical one when you're playing as France, since Zouaves are a new unit that Wars Liberty introduced. Essentially a ranged assault unit, right? Yeah, totally. So, yeah, these guys have multipliers against infantry. That's right, against infantry. Very similar to the mounted infantry in the 5th edition for the House of Habsburg, right? Basically that concept, but on foot. So basically a fast-moving cav unit that has a range multiplier against infantry and gets treated as heavy cavalry. So you would actually want to kill them using dragoons if you can. You could also kill them with spearmen or bayonets up close. Or you could just spam them with muskets too, frankly, because they don't have any sort of pierce armor being an assault class unit. They actually have hand armor, so you can actually wipe them out with the massive muskets too. Double barracks. That's a bold move by Nathan up there. So he's going to go hard grenadier or hard line infantry, I'm assuming. He could also go pike and shot as well. I'm thinking, though, he's going to go either line infantry or grenadier. Especially since he's got so many Sanscalates on the silver mine right now. Or the tin mine, I should say. That's even worse. Yeah, tin has even less coin than the silver mine does. Totally. So yeah, that won't be good. But yeah, we'll see either way. I think grenadiers could be a good option here. Especially since I would assume the Austria-Hungary might do the same to you. But we'll see. Alright, Austria-Hungary's getting to market. but no production yet. No military. No forward bills either, so I don't know what they're doing. They could be going for a fast fortress. That could be dangerous, you know. If Nathan hard commits into double grenadier, Codefender sneaks away with the fast fortress, and now we can make skirmishers and wipe out all of his heavy infantry. So Nathan has to be real careful here. It's very risky. So yeah, we'll have to watch this very carefully. Overall though, okay, now we're seeing a big move on the coin. I'm wondering what's going on here. I'm not seeing any military yet. Okay, oh no, alright, so Nathan's starting with volunteers. This is something Nathan often does. He likes going with these guys. They're just crossbowmen reskinned into more modern rifle-based militias. Same multiplier, same range, same damage. Pretty good against muskets and pikes mainly, and grenadiers too. So he's got about 6 of those. He's probably going to see if he can maybe scout out the map a bit with these. He's not going to get a lot done with just these, though. He'll definitely have to back them up with either a bigger force of volunteers or maybe add some partisans into siege. We'll find out, though. 1 barracks for Austria, Hungary. I still don't know if they're going to be sticking it out in H2 or if they are going to go into Fortress Age and go Skirms. Because Skirms would be a powerful play against double barracks volunteers, probably. If he could back it up with the free hussars he gets with his shipments as Austria, Hungary, too. That would be a good synergy, but we'll find out. Oh yeah, instead of a native scout, now French get a hot air balloon instead. Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah. It's a lot better than a native scout because obviously it can go over water, it can go over cliffs. It gives you a lot more mobility than in the vanilla game, having this hot air balloon. But do be warned though, it can be killed by units on the ground. Units on the ground can shoot at this thing, and if they do that, then basically it'll go crashing down into the sea or whatever. So you want to avoid that. Okay, so we got some pikemen here alongside some volunteers. We got some grenadiers stacking up over here in Codefender's base, and he did indeed go for a fortress age. Is that right? So I want to see what shipments he got possibly here. Let's see. So he got the 8 grenadier shipment plus 2 hussars. Is that right? Because I see he's trained up some skirms here. Oh, wait a minute. No. What's he got? Did he get a grenadier shipment in age 2? Trying to see the numbers. No, he got 8 grenadiers. He's got another one here too. Trying to figure out what he's going for exactly. And the other... Where's his other hussar then? I don't know. I know what shipments he got. When you view games live like this, you can't actually see what shipments they get on the UI, so you have to kind of guess. Alright, so pike and shot for Nathan versus Grenadier Skirm for Codefender. This is already looking pretty bad. I wouldn't want to be in this situation if it was me. You gotta take the pikes and you gotta like rush these infantry and get that melee damage in right away. The one good thing is these guys have pierce armor, so you can kind of like get full damage if you hit them with the pikemen. Be it, it's going to be kind of slow and tedious and likely to fail. Also, look at all the hussars there. He just got a mega shipment of hussars. Yeah, that's the thing with Austria-Hungary. Because you get free hussars with shipments, it makes all your actual hussar shipments like brutally good. So like 5 hussar turns into a 7 hussar shipment. That is a big shipment. 7 hussars in a card. That is fierce. That is dangerous. That's like more than a whole stable batch at the stable. That's like crazy. And look at what it's already doing. He's got a huge meat shield of hand cav, being backed up by strong range support from both the charge attacks on the grenadiers and the skirmishers. And now he lost his whole front line. His volunteers are going to be pushed back into the TC. He's got nowhere to go. He's surrounded by the sea in his backside. And where are you going to go from here? This is crazy. This is insane, actually. Crazy. Insane, actually. Yeah, let's try to do another one if we can. Totally. But yeah, I think I'm going to cut the record on this one just in case if somebody shows up to do another match. But be on the lookout for more, possibly in case I can get some more for you. Thank you for watching this little demonstration of Austria-Hungary versus France. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I will be signing off now from this match. See you on the next one, if there is another one. If there is another one. Hopefully there is. If there isn't, and here's the post-game stuff, by the way, we'll be super happy about it. Happy, happy, joy, joy.